Hey, just to follow up on the weather in the United Kingdom, the video I made earlier, Robert Dunn is making me aware. Well, I did have the link in the first place. I've shown these maps this before, and he tells me here you can see how the polar vortex has split and shifted over to Europe and Africa. And just by looking at it right now, it looks freaking like Saturn or Jupiter. I mean, what the hell? Um, Let me tilt the Earth and still maintain United States in the map, which is here, and let it load up. Normally, this is a jet stream on the northern hemisphere. This is a jet stream on the southern sky or the southern hemisphere. This jet stream should go in a much wider band around, or longer band, and further down, and actually it should dive in and come up like this over, but it's not doing that. There's no jet stream over United States of America right now, and as I explained in the video about this a rotating system that keeps going in circle that I have noticed on the weather maps. Not this one, I forgot to look at this one. As you see, as I said, it's coming in from the Atlantic, and then it rotates, and then it goes back out again, and then it comes back, and then it gets all the moisture, and that's why we're getting all the water over in America. And in this case here, if you look at it right there, and let it load up, that's where our jet stream is now. Are you flipping kidding me? This is also an indication of our magnetic pole is shifting, because our wind patterns is following the magnetics in the Earth's core, north and south. And it's right now sitting on top of Siberia, and it's dragging a lot of cold air down through Europe, and of course down through that will be Asia. This part here is Asia, the beginning of Asia, meaning over here in this area here we got Turkey, we got Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, and yeah, Pakistan. We got, yeah, you know, that will be Iraq and Iran, and they are highland in the first place, so they are up and really getting a brunt of this extreme weather. But something I noticed here, that is, the jet stream is supposedly to move with a speed like an airplane, like a commuter airliner, and we're talking about it will be moving with 600 to 700 kilometers an hour. But if I put a dot on it here, right there where it's red, the jet stream has slowed down in its speed down to 123 kilometers per hour. That's nothing. I mean, that's a fifth of what it should be. And it's focusing right here in Siberia. So it's keep dragging, and it's driving this conveyor here, which is giving, yeah, it should, in principle, give United States of America some serious drought problems, but that's not been the case. I saw a report from 4 News that 161 rivers in United States of America has been pretty much compromised because of this. So, as I was saying, the wind is coming out from the east, southeast, and it keeps going back and back out again, and it's bringing more and more moisture in. But this is not ground wind. I should go in weather here and see if I can find the first one, weather oceans conditions, see if that is the right one I'm picking up, or is the other link. Let's see. Hell, I should have made that ready from the beginning. Let's hope this is the right one. Yeah, this is the ground winds. This is not the polar wind or the jet streams. Let me confirm that I have the right one. Yeah, this is surface winds measured in 10 meters and up. And as you can see when it finished loading, which it will do now, but you can see here on this part, it keeps rotating out here, and that's what I've been noticing when I see the weather forecast, and they're showing the arrows from the wind direction, and it doesn't fit with what the wind should be. United States of America should have prevailing winds going up in this direction and colliding with a jet stream that should go down like this and swinging back and forward over North America and Canada in an arch like that, and then over Europe, meaning over Scandinavia and Norway, not far south. Okay? And here we got the surface winds, and as you see, as I was talking about, as I've seen on the weather maps when they do their forecasts, that is, the surface winds is coming in from the southeast, dragging moisture in. And then we got cold air coming down there, but it's not even a jet stream at all. It's not jet stream. It's not even present. And then we got cold air coming down, and when these two collides, hot and cold together, it creates a lot of clouds, cumulus-nimbus clouds, and we get a lot of precipitation. And of course that can be administered with the help of chemtrails. How much rain we're getting, are we getting any rain at all? But just look at the surface winds on the Atlantic here. They're pretty high, to be honest. Let it load again. Let's go back here and go down on the southern hemisphere. Let that load up. And then we go here, back again. It should be ready. There. We got some pretty high wind right there. Where it's red, that's high wind. And when I read on it, the wind speed out here in the Atlantic is 107 kilometers an hour. That's 60 miles an hour wind speed. That's pretty high for surface wind. You would not like to be on a ship out here. I guarantee you that. That will make you seasick. Yeah, and here comes the train. And let's go to the, what the hell? Have you seen anything like this before? It's not supposed to be up there. It's supposed to go lower. It's sitting on the equator, the jet stream. The southern jet stream. Are you out of your flipping mind? And the speed is low. 154 kilometers an hour. What is it there? 135. There, 145. 150. Man, it's not hardly moving. What's up with that? The winds are slowing down. Well, that's going to give another problem. That is, wind is a factor when it comes to evaporation of water. So if we are having a lot of precipitation and we don't got a lot of wind, well, then we got a minimized evaporation of water returning to the sky. It's going to get stuck down on Earth. And that plays right into the hand of Agenda 21, get people off the land. If their land is flooded, they will have to move, and then they can come in and buy up the land for the penny on the dollar, right? But this is the surface winds, and if you take a look at England and Scandinavia area, this is my homeland, Denmark, right now. And we're not far away from England. It's no more than 150 miles. And as you see here, they got a closed system running around them right now. And if you combine that and go up with the jet stream, putting it in the same vicinity. Something around there. Move it a little. There. Let's see if they are corresponding, which they are. You see that? They are in direct collision with each other. And this is what is giving the ice cold wind from Siberia. It's being dragged down here, accumulated, and swung around. And why is it swinging around? I don't get that. Why is that happening? Oh, I see. You see, the wind is coming out, and then it's being forced downwards. And if you look here on the jet stream, it's moving clockwise. It's always done that. Or in modern times it have. So when it comes there, it pushes on the surface winds and forcing the surface winds downwards. Right? Can you see that? And right there, there is the highest speed of 74 kilometers an hour. So there we are talking 50 miles an hour, approximately. A little less, 45 miles an hour wind speed. So that fits right there. The cold air is forcing the wind to turn around and keep it in a gridlock, and this is why Europe keeps having this weather. And because, as I said, the loop current is coming from here, going up here, and then it returns, and then it pushes warm water in this direction and out in this direction too. And this is what is giving the mild winters in Europe. But now the jet stream is completely gone as we know it. It's no longer there. It should be over here going down over America. It's no longer there. So that means the jet stream is no longer kept in check by the loop current, the ocean conveyor, the heartbeat of the oceans. And the oceans have a great factor on the climate of our planet. And so have the sun. It is not man's activities, and you need to get rid of that thought up in your snowflake brain. There is no such thing as global warming or climate change, which is man-made. Can you get that through your skull? I know about this stuff. I mean, I have a major in biology, and weather has always been something that is interesting. And I know for a fact that our carbon footprint is nothing compared to the carbon footprint that our oceans is emitting annually. Okay? So we would actually have to go out and kill the ocean off. Maybe that's why they did it with Fukushima, to kill the ocean off. Because they want to get rid of CO2 permanently, which will take thousands of years, but they are freaking planning on it. And they are doing it. They're insane. The CO2 is for our plant life. No CO2, no plant life, no life. Everything will be dead. No animals will have anything to eat. There will be no crops for us to sow and reap and eat from. No CO2, no plant life, no animal life, no insect life, no human life. We are all dead. Period. We need CO2, and we need a lot of it. What we don't need is methane. That's the problem. That is the global warming, if there is any. And there's been a lot of methane release over in Siberia, I know that, but it seems like the jet stream is coming to our salvation, because now it's super cooling the Siberian area where all the methane is coming up from. Whew, that's kind of good. Right? Maybe that's exactly what they want to do, but that's kind of like putting a stick in their own wheel, because they want to get rid of the CO2. They're insane. They are insane, and they should all be locked up in an insane asylum. All of them that is professing this global warming scare. They are insane. Okay? Did you hear what I said? Insane. Well, if you are liberal, you are suffering from a mental illness. That's for sure. Look at this. I mean, it looks like freaking Saturn. What the hell? I've never seen it like this before. This is downright scary. Excuse my language, but this is scary. What the hell is going on? I don't want to get into discussion about binary star system and planetary systems and all that stuff. This is completely irrelevant right now. Right now we got a serious problem. You see that? This is taken out a freaking sci-fi movie. What the hell? It's not supposed to be there. Look how enclosed it is. It should be swinging all the way here. And then, oh, let's do it again. And it's been doing that in all the time that I have been alive. Okay? This is North America. This is Europe. This is Russia, who is the big culprit when it comes to Trump's victory over Hillary. Oh yeah, they are to blame, right? They keep running that in the media. Man, they're stupid. Oh man, come on, get real. Well, the jet stream is supposed to run out here in this area, this far out, and running down and make an arch down over North America and coming up again and then shooting in over here and following this circle. And down again and up again in this circle. This is what the jet stream is supposed to do and have been doing in all the time I've been alive. Right now, it's right there. There's nothing over here. Nothing, no jet stream. Whoa. Not good. So they took control over the weather pretty efficiently by killing the loop current. And that's why they did the Gulf oil spill. And I kept telling you that. Some listened. But, I mean, I don't run around in a white robe. I don't run around with a sign saying PhD Henning Kemner. But I understand these things. In layman's terms and logic, because I have known ever since I went to school, which is 35 years ago. 35 years ago, I learned about the ocean conveyor system, how that is driving the ocean currents and how that is driving and stabilizing our climate. We don't have a loop current anymore. There is no warm water going up here and driving this current conveyor belt anymore. Our oceans are now cooling off. We are running into an ice age, whether you like it or not. And that's going to give a problem when it comes to crop and sowing season. They're going to get shorter and shorter. And that's exactly what they want. They want to kill us off and only have 500 million left. And they're doing it in the most devious manner. Because what they did in the Gulf of Mexico is irreversible. They have sawn the brands that they are sitting on off themselves. This was how they survived. Or maybe this is how they're going to survive. Maybe that is why all the elites have bought a crap load of land in Uruguay in South America, because down here in the equator side it's always going to remain warm and there's always going to be abundance of food. But up here, I'm sorry, northern hemisphere, if this keeps going on, we're going to die starving to death, and we're going to meet what we pretty much saw in the movie The Day After Tomorrow. That is the scenario we're running straight into. and it's man-made, and it's not made by you and me. It is made by a bunch of insane people whose only thought is to kill you. And what are we doing? We're sitting on our hands doing nothing. When is it right to use the term self-defense against these madmen? I don't believe that we should just sit down and just, yeah, okay, Jesus will take care of it all. Yeah, he will. But he didn't tell you to sit and be freaking passive and just sit and wait around for him. Did he preach that? No, he did not. They are murdering you. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. You're allowing it to happen. Because, the Democrats, they're right. They can't do anything wrong. They are the ones who had brought you in this carnage, and in this poverty, and in this financial crisis that the entire world is suffering from right now. And now we're going to suffer from another crisis, and that is food shortage. And that means you don't get fed. And when you don't get fed, you're going to go pretty crazy in your head, and then you're going to start eating your flipping neighbors. That's how bad it's going to be. And it's happened before, but not because of weather. No, because of a bunch of madmen that denied you the right to eat. That's where we are. So when is it right to use self-defense against these madmen? I think it is right. Self-defense. God bless you. Hey, just to follow up on the weather in the United Kingdom, the video I made earlier. Robert Dunn is making me aware. Well, I did have the link in the first place. I've shown these maps this before, and he tells me here you can see how the polar vortex has split and shifted over to Europe and Africa. And just by looking at it right now, it looks freaking like Saturn or Jupiter. I mean, what the hell? Let me tilt the Earth and still maintain United States. That will be Iraq and Iran. And they are highland in the first place, so they are up and really getting a brunt of this extreme weather. But something I noticed here, that is, the jet stream is supposedly to move with a speed like an airplane, like a commuter airliner. And we're talking about it will be moving with 600 to 700 kilometers an hour. But if I put a dot on it here, right there where it's red, the jet stream has slowed down in its speed down to 123 kilometers per hour. That's nothing. I mean, that's a fifth of what it's shooting in circle that I have noticed on the weather maps. Not this one. I forgot to look at this one. As you see, as I said, it's coming in from the Atlantic, and then it rotates, and then it goes back out again, and then it comes back, and then it gets all the moisture, and that's why we're getting all the water over in America. And in this case here, if you look at it right there, and let it load up, that's where our jet stream is now. Are you flipping kidding me? This is also an indication of our magnetic pole is shifting, because our wind path 8 in the map, which is here, and let it load up. Normally, this is a jet stream on the northern hemisphere. This is a jet stream on the southern sky, or the southern hemisphere. This jet stream should go in a much wider band around, or longer band, and further down, and actually it should dive in and come up like this over. But it's not doing that. There's no jet stream over United States of America right now. And as I explained in the video about this a rotating system that keeps going, is following the magnetics in the Earth's core, north and south. And it's right now sitting on top of Siberia, and it's dragging a lot of cold air down through Europe. And of course down through, that will be Asia. This part here is Asia, the beginning of Asia, meaning over here in this area here, we got Turkey, we got Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, and yeah, Pakistan. We got, yeah, you know,